Hello YouTube. This is the new Honda Rebel. It is so new, it still smells new. When you get up close to it, I can still smell the new bike smells. That's how new it is. It's only done like 20 miles. So this is it. This is Honda's take at a sort of modern retro classic kind of thing. It's their little 500cc cruiser. And yeah, what do you think? I think it looks pretty cool. Not a bad looking machine. So it's 500cc parallel twin. It delivers about 44 brake horsepower and 44 newton meters of torque as well. So yeah, it's by no means powerful at all, but it rides quite well. It's nice and smooth. We'll get to the road test in a minute, but this is just the walk around bit. So it's got a nice low seat height. I believe the seat height is 690 millimeters. So if you're short like me, it is no problem at all. I can flat foot this thing. I'm 5'2", 5'3", thereabouts. And you get this little pillion seat as well, which looks like it is removable. So you can have the sort of fender on show, as it were. So let's have a look. We got the ignition key on the side on this one, a bit like some of the Triumphs and things like that. It's all pretty standard controls, really. Full beam, low beam. There's no flash. Oh, yes, there is. Sorry. Press it into flash. Yeah, that's tidy. That's nice and tidy. I like that. Okay, the button's a little bit... I don't know, that kind of reminds me of an old Volvo control switch. Anyway, yeah. High beam, low beam, pass, horn, indicators. On this side, you've got a... standard kill switch there, hazard warning lights, and the starter switch. Basic stuff. There's nothing fancy on this, no computer or anything. Now the clocks, if I turn it on. Ooh! Very nice. Right, on the screen you can see this is all flashing. In real life it's not flashing, that is static. It's just because of the frame rate of the camera and technical stuff. So it looks like it's all flickering. It's not, trust me. So yeah, all you get on this is a fuel gauge on the left. This is the total mileage, so yeah, 26 miles. Speedometer and a clock up in the top corner there. And then across the top there you get the, yeah, there we go, high beam and indicator warning lights, etc. Now the display itself, it's fairly... It's kind of dim. But it's not hard to read it. It's a bit strange. Because yeah, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, that looks a bit difficult to really see what's going on. But I've not had any issues so far. So it seems to still show you the relevant information. It just doesn't look very bright or illuminating like some other bikes are. And yeah, you just got the button here which cycles through from the odometer to the trip A and trip B. And that's it. You don't get a rev counter. So yeah, it's all very basic stuff on this. Basic controls, nothing fancy, just an odometer and 2 trip gauges. No fancy average miles per gallon and fuel range or anything like that. It's all the simple bare essentials, really. Now I'm not sure. It doesn't appear to have a steering lock. If it has, I'm not sure where it is. Is it around this side like on the others? Ah, here we go. Yeah, steering lock. And is it the same key? Or is it a separate one? So, key in, push and turn, and yeah. So yeah, separate steering lock, but it is the same key for the ignition and the steering lock, which is quite convenient, because on my Scrambler, it's a separate key. It's a separate key for the fuel filler cap, and it's a separate key for the ignition, and it's a separate key for the steering lock. That's quite annoying, having 3 keys. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. Whereas that, it's all in one key. Fantastic. As with things like lighting and stuff, it's all bulbs, no LEDs or anything like that, nothing fancy. Single front brake disc and a single rear brake disc. Of course, it's Euro 4, so it's ABS on the front and the back, I believe. Yeah, it looks like they've both got ABS wheels on them. Now, whilst we're here on the walk around, it's Jonathan Wass. Whilst we're here on the walk around part, I will mention that sitting on it, my boot was right against the clutch casing, and I was a bit concerned about that, but actually there is this heat shielding there, so it's not so much of an issue, and yeah, you can always move your foot out. It's just a tiny little complaint there from me. That's it, really. Looks like you have got some preload adjustment on the rear shocks. That's good. So yeah, I imagine if you do take a pillion on this, you'll need to crank them up a bit. I mean, yeah, there's quite a few areas of plasticky stuff, which it's not too bad really. Depends if you like that sort of thing or not, or if you prefer metal and chrome and shiny things. Yeah, this ain't bad really. Anyway, let's get on the road with it. Oh, let's put the conveniently shaped rock back for the next person, which might be me. Right, now I think with this, you don't need any clutch in kind of thing, you can just start it. Yeah, simple as that. Oh, we didn't do a noise test, but there's not really much point because it is pretty quiet. Off-roading on a cruiser, eh? Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought I'd been doing this today? So yeah, at slow speeds, it's lovely and smooth. I'd say the gearbox may be a tad clunky, but this is still brand new, so it's kind of not running or anything yet, so we can expect a few things like that. Seating position, of course, is nice and comfy. It's a cruiser sort of thing, so it's nice and yeah, just sort of, it's just nice and upright. I think at first when I sat on it, it felt a bit hunched, but I have just come off my Scrambler, so which is obviously a little bit more spread out and bigger. Yeah, pulling away there, it does. It definitely feels like a 500 because it's not quite got the punch like you get from the bigger engines. I mean, that's no real biggie, really. Right, we're going to go up my little hill climb here. Let's see how it does. Oh, I'm not used to where the... Normally the indicators are there for me, but that's the horn. The indicators are underneath. I think that's just the usual Honda thing. Anyway, let's attack these twisties. Oh, yes. Feels very confident in the bends, and that's not bad considering this has got new tyres on. I probably shouldn't be quite going over so hard on these, but I think they're alright really. I know Honda stock tyres don't tend to be very good, but no concerns from me at the minute. Now, I forget who it was in the comments on my, I think it was the Street Scrambler review actually, or was it the Bobber? I don't know. So someone said, have a look at the new Honda Rebel. So I did, and here we are. So yeah, it's my first time visiting the Chichester Honda dealership since it reopened, and yeah, they all seem pretty friendly in there. Good bunch of people, so yeah, they were very happy for me to take this out for a test ride. So yeah, if you're in the Chichester area, check them out. They're just behind Freestyle Yamaha. Okay, let's see how it is in. Let's see how it is at acceleration. We're at 50 miles an hour, almost. 50 miles an hour in top gear. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not rapid. I mean, what would you expect from the 500? Seems to pick up quite well. Yeah, this is flying along nicely. It's not too bouncy. It's bobbing a little bit, I can sort of feel it, but it's not in any way uncomfortable. And on the brakes, they feel alright. They maybe a little bit on the spongy side. In fact, yeah, let's try out the brakes actually, see how they are. So let's do a back brake first. Once we're past this crest, so obviously there's nothing of a danger, like a blue van. Ah. Right, ground's a bit flatter here, nothing behind me, and back brake only. yeah, how would I rate that? That's probably a 6 out of 10 on the rear brake. Okay, let's try a hard brake with the front. Nothing behind me. And no ABS kicking in, but they were good. That did bring us to a good stop there, or almost a stop, and I didn't go all the way. That felt fine. The ABS didn't kick in or anything. It was a good progressive stop. Let's try with a combination of both. Yeah, that's fine, that is. Just what you need. Right, what's the turning circle like? Yeah, nice and tight. In fact, that's really tight. If you can actually reach far enough to get it on full lock. My arms are a bit short for that. So yeah, very nimble. In fact, how flickable is it? Yeah, look. Oh. Extremely flickable. Right, let's not flick it into the water. That'd be hilarious for you. Now, I'm not sure if this has got ride-by-wire throttle. No, it hasn't, because they're the throttle cables. I was going to say, it's that smooth, it almost feels like it has got ride-by-wire. Because, yeah, some of them slow speed, pulling out junctions at slow speeds and stuff, doesn't snag, it doesn't jolt or anything like that. It's very smooth. This is a good bike for someone who's just passed their test, I'd say. So in summary then, this is quite a nice little bike. I like it. Now, of course, it's no way a speed machine. It does fly along nicely once you get up to speed, but yeah, you're not gonna keep up with your mates on the sports bikes, but you'll have a bloody good time, that's for sure. So yeah, the looks of it, I think it looks all right. It's, I mean, it's not the best looking bike I've seen, of course, in this sort of style, but I think the looks will be very Marmite with people. I think you'll either love it or hate it. It chuffs along nice and quietly around town and stuff. I'd probably want to put a louder exhaust on, but that's just me. So yeah, it's a nice nimble bike. 6-speed gearbox as well. And it's not so much with parallel twins, but with V-twins you tend to get a lot of engine braking when you come off the throttle. It's not quite so bad with parallels. And this one, you take your hand off the throttle and it just seems to want to keep going, sort of thing. It's more, it feels a bit more like inline 4. Let's see how it actually is at slow speed crawls. So 3 miles an hour. It's nice and well balanced. I don't feel like I'm having to do too much corrections. No feet down, of course. That's nice and easy. Oh yeah, clutch is pretty light. It's not as light as the Triumph Street range, but it is very light for a commuter or city bike sort of thing. Round about town, things like that. It certainly holds up well. Nice and comfortable and relaxed, and just it's easy to ride. Easy bike to ride. So yeah, it would certainly make a good first bike for someone, or like a first big bike, someone coming up from a smaller capacity, like a 125 or something like that. Certainly suits the bill there if you're looking for a low seat height or a cruisery type of thing. Whee! It's fun. Doesn't need to be fast. It's fun. That'll do. Nice one, Honda. And thank you to Chichester Honda. So this is my first test ride with them. I'll be looking to do some more. Here we go, back at the dealership. So yeah, that's that. That is the Honda Rebel 500.